Sienna waits for you. Settle down, you crazy child. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not. That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Hey, everybody.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not. Shout out to my best friends here. I mean, what you No dancing toothless meme. No. The more you ask, the further away it goes. We're adults. We're adults here. Okay, dude. Shaking my head. Ice, ice, baby. Let's talk about ice really quick. Make sure you drop a like on the program. Settle down, you crazy child. Ice, ice, baby. What evidence do you have that Donald Trump is a dictator? You're gay. Alright. Call into the show if you want to know, okay, dipshit? Okay. Ice is a problem. I saw this video today. So, okay, you got 5, 6 unmarked vehicles chasing down this car. Maybe 13, 14, 15 federal agents. All right, this is a 15-year-old girl, okay? A 15-year-old girl. The accusation is that she's not here legally, whether it's I don't know, visa overstay, whatever it is. It's a non-violent allegation. Okay, the government says we think this person has paper issues. So what do you do in that scenario? For a traffic stop where you have someone speeding 5 miles over the speed limit, for example, what can that cop do? Can they rip you out of your car? No. Can they beat you up? No. For 5 miles over the speed limit, that's not putting anyone in danger. Okay, you're not going to be sent to jail right away. Okay, you get a ticket. You get a fine. There's other methods to rein in crimes that you might deem necessary to tackle. There's so many other ways to do this that is not this. And Republicans want to keep on pretending like we need to nuke America and send the full force of the American military into American streets in order to deal with immigration for their fascist fantasies. But look at this, 15-year-old girl. First off, this weak ass gotta throw it to the ground, bro. Knee to the neck. Knee to the neck. This is not a public safety threat. This person's not accused of a violent crime. Knee to the neck of a 15-year-old girl.
I can't hear people. It's all back there.
This is a lot of money to spend on this, by the way, as well. Even if you're a bad person, a lot of taxpayer dollars being spent on these goons. Local police hate ICE, by the way. They're sick of babysitting these dipshit morons, as these dipshits drain local police resources with their $150 billion budget and their untrained thugs. Now, Americans may say, well, this girl, maybe she's not here legally, whatever. Civil violation, civil offense, whatever. All right. It doesn't matter. They are profiling American citizens. If they look at you and say, hey, American citizen, I think you're here illegally. I don't like you. You're looking at me funny. They literally said, if you're holding the steering wheel too tight, we can detain you. We can take you away from your family. We can demand papers. If you walk in America now due to ICE, you need to demand papers. You need to have your papers on you 24/7 to prove you're a citizen. Okay? And this is, I don't use the word white privilege. Okay? I don't use that word. I think it's academic and a little cringe and gay. All right? And gay in a bad way, yes, of course. For all you people who are going to be like, you're homophobic. Shut up. Okay, so like, I don't use that word much. It's a bad way to say what it means. But in America, you may not feel the pressure of this if ICE is not in your community. And ICE is not going to detain you if you're a white American citizen. But if you're a black or brown American citizen, like this veteran, for example, you could be on your way to work and they could say, hey, you're black, you're brown. You look like you're illegally here. Therefore, we can beat you up and detain you. Now, this person here, George Reites, I want to make sure I say his name right. I'll probably hear it here. This person was a U.S. veteran, U.S. citizen, who was driving. He did the crime of driving near ICE while brown. All right. And they beat him up, put him in like, suicide watch in a room. Like, it's psychological torture. A military vet, a U.S. citizen. Again, this is affecting U.S. citizens. Because ICE is so lawless, and they're racially profiling on so many different bases.
Everybody, it's Tim Miller from the Bulwark here. Couldn't be more excited to bring in George Redis. He posted this article on Substack that is moving, infuriating, all of the feelings. The headline was, I'm a U.S. citizen and a veteran. ICE arrested me for no reason. So I guess before we get to the ICE...
Oh, buddy, there was a reason, okay? They're told we need high scores of immigrants to beat up, all right? We need high scores, high numbers. Stephen Miller said no more child trafficking, no more drug trafficking. We don't care about those things, okay? We got to beat up as many immigrants as possible, get high scores for deportations. Use ICE as a private police force for people the Trump admin doesn't like. And they saw him. They said, Brown, take him down. All right, that's what they said.
Raid and just the fucking despicable behavior by the government. What happened to you? Just give everybody like a little first date story. Like, where'd you grow up? You know, how did you end up in this place? Yeah,
I was born and raised here in Ventura, California. Grew up here my entire life. Moved around a lot, and just eventually when I turned 18, I was just tired of like doing the same thing over and over and just wanting to make a change in my life. And I decided to join the military. I joined the Army, and I ended up going infantry. And so I ended up going to Fort Benning, Georgia.
Yo, shout out to Kevin in chat. What's up? What's up, K-Jack?
For basic training. Did that, and my first duty station was Fort Wainwright, Alaska.
Drop likes.
From there, we deployed in 2019 to 2020 for 10 months. Came back to Alaska, was there for a little bit, and then ended up going to Fort Hood, Texas, and I finished out my contract there. And I ended up getting out, and I was still in Texas for a little bit. Went to school after I got out the Army. Just bounced around trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life, really. Like, I was only like 22 when I got out, I think so, or like 23.
Yeah, you had the picture of yourself in the Army in the article, and you look like a baby.
Yeah, I know. I was young. I was 19 going overseas. So I mean, like when I got out, I was like, after going through all that and like getting out, it's so different being out in like a civilian world and just like trying to adjust to like being here and like not that military vibe.
Mike in chat said, I'm talking hysterical. Mike, you're a bitch. You're a bitch and you can't tell about you can't tell what's actually going on, because for you to realize the truth of what's happening, your little brain would blow up. So you can't even think about the government overreach happening right now, targeting people like this. You can't even imagine it because your brain will blow. You're gonna overheat. You're gonna overheat, bro. You're not gonna survive it. You can't have critical thoughts like this. I understand you can't do that, so I'm not gonna try to get you to, because it's not gonna work, and I'll be putting you in danger. But just understand, you think I'm hysterical right now because you can't handle having a clear vision.
That Army vibe, and just, I don't know, I kind of just was trying to figure out what I want to do. So I went to school, got my CDLA license. I didn't follow that. I ended up going to dental school to be a dental assistant, just trying to figure out what direction I want to go in. And just eventually I ended up getting my guard card for Texas. And then I also got my guard card in California. And eventually I moved back to California at the beginning of this year. And that's when I got the job working security for Glasshouse Farms. I joined a security company, and Glasshouse Farms contracts them out. So
it's a legal weed farm. It's a legal weed farm. Is that?
Yeah, it was a legal weed farm. Completely legal.
I just want to give a good example of MAGA in chat. So someone just commented that I celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, all right? So I said very, 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 very sincere thoughts about how terrible that was. But MAGA wants to come in and lie about it because they want to separate us. MAGA wants to separate us Americans from each other. So when you see that in chat, remember, they're a foreign bot. They're from a different foreign government trying to separate Americans. They want us to fight each other. They're trying to cause a race war, a political war, all that kind of stuff. So laugh at people like that. Laugh at people like that.
But I didn't even work for Glasshouse themselves. They just contracted my security company out, and they just put me there. And I didn't even choose to go. It just so happened that was the closest to where job site to where I live. So they put me there.
So let's take it back to July. So it's July 10th, and you're going to your shift there in the morning, essentially? Or
I was going to the evening shift.
You're going to the evening shift, okay.
Yeah. I was going to the evening shift. It was my first day, working the evening shift. And it was just something I was trying to get for a couple months to work that evening shift. So it was my first day, getting that, going to that shift. So I was going early. I kind of figured I don't know what happens this time. So I figured I was just going to go early, chill, and just wait until I start. And
beat the traffic.
So yeah, beat traffic, just chill. And just eventually when I'm driving up, that day I'm driving up, there's just traffic that entire road going to my work, cars bumper to bumper, people getting out on the side of the road, just people not even in their cars, just literally it's just a 2-lane road, just one road, and it's just one lane on each side. So
yeah, so it was on a farm in California, and ICE was running around like a bunch of brain dead dipshits, Call of Duty zombies, just chasing after brown people, and they saw him and they just attacked him. People are just kind of everywhere, and I make my way through. And I ended up getting to the front where kind of everything's happening. And there's just this line of ICE agents lined up across the road, blocking anyone from going across, continuing to go up the street. So I see this. There's a car in the right lane. I don't know if there was anyone in there, but there's a car in the right lane. So I pull up and I end up going in the left lane. I get out of my car. I put my car in park. I get out. I stand beside my car. I don't approach agents. I literally stand right by my car. And I'm a good distance away. I'm not super close. I'm a good distance away. And so when I get out my car, I basically just I'm a U.S. citizen. I work right there where you guys are at, where you guys rated. I'm just trying to get to work.
So did you approach them and say that, or?
No, I kind of just stood by my car and I was yelling towards them, because there's a lot of people there, protesters banging on stuff, and so I wasn't trying to get in their face. I wasn't trying to start conflict. I kind of just stood by my car and was yelling towards them, I'm a citizen, I work right there, and they didn't care. They just were immediately hostile, get out of here, and just, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm able to cuss.
We can cuss, yeah, no, we like cussing, yeah, all good. I'm going to be doing some fucking cussing once you explain to people what happened. So keep going.
But yeah, they were basically just get the fuck out of here. Get back in your car. Leave, pull over to the side. Work's closed today. You're not going to work today. You're missing work today. Get out of here, pull over. And just they were just all yelling different things, just yelling different things, just being hostile for no reason. And eventually one agent gets really upset, and he tries to approach me, and another agent steps forward and holds him back. And just, I see that, and I just don't want any more problems. And I'm don't want this to escalate. I'm not here to do any of this. I was just trying to get to work. I'm clearly not going to get there. So I'm just going to leave. And so I get back in my car, and they just surround my car. I have agents on my left, my driver's side, my passenger side, agents behind my car, agents in front, just all yelling at me to do different things. The agents on the side are pulling on my door handles, banging on my windows, like telling me get out. Agents in the front of my car are telling me to reverse, to like leave. The agent behind me is like trying to like tell me to like show me to move, like to reverse. And so all these agents are doing like telling me to do different things. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to leave. Like I'm trying to do what you guys are saying. And so eventually they reverse me out of the way. They reverse me into an angle basically, and I get back into the right lane and I'm out of the way at that point. They leave my car alone. They throw tear gas to disperse the protesters. And I'm kind of just trapped there in the right lane, just my car filling up with tear gas. And all their vehicles are passing on the left-hand side. They're all passing by on the road. So all their vehicles are passing by.
Hey, you can call the phone number. You can call the phone number. You can call the phone number.
They left my car alone, and I'm kind of just sitting there trapped driver's side window, and pepper sprayed me in the face. Glass flew everywhere. I had glass in my leg.
They broke into his car, pepper sprayed him for no reason. Remember, he's a U.S. citizen, U.S. military vet.
They dragged me out of the car, threw me on the ground, and I kind of just went with it. Like I wasn't fighting. Like there was no point. I'm not stupid. Like I'm not going to fight 20 agents at once. Like that's stupid. So I kind of just go through with like, you just got to take it. As much as it sucks, as much as like, this is stupid and this is shitty, it sucks. Like, but you got to take it.
It's a nightmare. I mean, like you're surrounded, like you get pepper sprayed in the face. Like you didn't do anything. You're going to work. You didn't do
exactly.
anything.
And so he was going drag me out. They throw me on the ground, and I'm just trying to comply with them, letting them do whatever. And even though I'm complying and just letting them do whatever, an agent comes and he kneels on my neck, and another agent kneels on my back, all while I'm trying to just let them do whatever. And they're just sitting on top of my neck and my back, kneeling on my neck and back.
Or were you like?
I'm just confused. At that point, I'm trying to tell them like I can't breathe. Like I was literally just trapped in my car with tear gas, like trying to catch my breath. You could put everything together. Like if you just tear gas me, you just pepper spray me, and then you come and kneel on my neck and my back, like without letting me catch my breath. Like obviously I can't breathe, and you're like, all this is for no reason. And so I'm just telling them I can't breathe. Like I don't know what you guys like. I can't breathe, and they didn't care. So I kind of just was like that until eventually they zip tied my hands behind my back, and they just picked me up and they walked me back to the Glasshouse Farms where I worked. And
wait, Homeland Security claimed he assaulted them?
Video tonight of a U.S. Army veteran taken by ICE, swept up in a raid of a cannabis farm in Ventura County. He was eventually released and spoke out about his experience. And now new accusations coming from the Department of Homeland Security about
They're
why
disgusting
he was
liars, by the
arrested
way.
in the first place.
KCAL reporter Lauren Posen spoke with the vet about the ongoing.
Like the same like flag like that I fight for, the same government.
In July.
I was honestly so like confused and just like, I don't know what I was arrested for. Like I honestly have no clue. Like I was just taken because they were able to.
Right. Agents shattered his car window.
They dragged me out, threw me on the floor, and just.
That's when he said, I'm just trying to get to work right here.
Then hit with tear gas. He says agents shattered his car window.
They
dragged out for what he believes is right.
I still believe in like the flag and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. Still believes in the flag. ICE doesn't.
The entire time they're walking me back, they're kind of just handing me off and just like, why is he arrested? Like, who's taking him? Like, whose responsibility is he? Like, why is he arrested? Like, yeah, they don't even know why I was arrested or like who's in charge of taking me. And so they're just asking each other the entire time they're walking me back.
So then how'd you end up in jail or in detention center?
So they walk me back to the farm. They sit me down. I'm there for 4 hours or so. They ask me if I have my ID while I'm there. I tell or if I'm a citizen. I'm telling me like, yeah, I'm a citizen. My ID's in my car. Like if you just go and get if you just go to my car, my wallet is in there with my ID and everything.
Hey, you can call the phone number in the chat. Remember, I don't get offended by dumb people. You got to prove you're a worthy person who can put a sentence together. You can make a bunch of clown statements, but I'm not a typical lib. Okay, I'm not offended by people who are very stupid. All right, if you gotta wear a helmet to survive, bro, like I don't gotta listen to you.
Say I'm like a DV, I have an Iraq combat veteran on my car. Like I'm a citizen. Like I don't know what's happening, and so I mean I don't know if they ever went back.
people in chat right now, by the way, for people watching this on YouTube, they're saying "dur" now, by the way, because I mean, they can't do it. They can't keep up. They can't do it.
To my car to check if I have an ID, or to check my ID.
Man, freedom of speech for what? First Amendment for what? You can't use it. But the hell?
They just kind of left me there, and eventually they put us in unmarked SUVs, and they drove us to a Navy base in Port Hueneme. And when we got to the Navy base, they took us to this like giant open field.
So us is like you and other guys that were working on the farm, I guess, that were maybe
So when they took me to the farm, they kind of sat me down in the dirt, and they kind of like separated me from everyone else. I'm assuming because they kind of figured I was a citizen, and they knew I was a citizen because I'm telling them, like, I don't know, like, and then just they ended up arresting 2 other people that were protesters, I believe, and so they kind of kept the citizens separate from everyone else. So
they take you to the naval base.
Yeah, yeah. So they ended up taking us to the Navy base, and it was just this giant open field. Homeland Security, FBI.
For the people who just got here, this is an American citizen, U.S. vet that was detained by ICE and abused by them, because ICE abuses anybody they want to.
Like people in the Navy, National Guard, just ICE, like CBP, everyone you could think of is there. And they end up doing my fingerprints. They take my picture. They put real cuffs on. And eventually after all that, they end up putting me back into the car, and they drive me down to downtown LA to the Metropolitan Detention Center. And we get there at around like 10:30 at night. And so we go through the normal intake process, strip search.
What the fuck? Like, do you get a call or a lawyer?
No, nothing. No call, no lawyer. Like I asked, like,
your strip search? They put a jumpsuit on you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Strip searched. They put
no accusation of a crime, no process whatsoever, no warrant, no cause for arrest. American citizen. If they want to do this to you, they can. If ICE is not controlled, they can do this to you.
This in like a jumpsuit. I asked them like
they could just say you're hiding an immigrant.
I'm covered in tear gas. I'm like, do you guys pepper spray me? My like hands and like my face are burning, and like, could I shower at least or something? And they're just like, it'll pass. Like you're good. Like it'll pass. And so eventually, after they process us, they did our fingerprints and took our picture again, our mugshot, and they throw us in. They put me in a cell that Thursday night, and so that Thursday night, I'm in a cell with one other person. It was a protester who also got arrested that day. The teacher, or whatever, the professor, Jonathan. I was in a cell with him, and so just that first night, my hands, my face, just my skin is burning. And so they end up giving us sandwich bags for like food, I guess, for our dinner. And so I take the sandwiches out and I fill up the sandwich bag with water from the sink. And just that entire night, I'm soaking my hands in, like just trying to ease the heat and just the burning sensation of my hands. And it just like, it didn't help at all. Honestly, it just felt like it made it worse. And just the entire night, I'm just there awake, just burning, my body burning, just anything I touch, just it irritates, it starts like catching on fire. And it was just a like worst sensation possible. Like nothing to soothe it. Just, I had to deal with it. And it was just like I was on fire, and just, it was the worst fucking feeling ever.
So then they held you there until Sunday?
Yeah, they held me there until Sunday, but so that was that Thursday night. Friday morning comes around, they finished doing our in-processing paperwork. They let us see medical.
And they have to know you're a citizen by then, by Friday morning.
Yeah. So, I mean, they know I'm assuming they know I'm a citizen. I mean, they make me do like fill out paper. I do my.
Yeah, but they're a mess, bro. They're only good at beating people up. They're not good at paperwork or process or rights or anything, you know? So, I mean, even if they realize you're an American citizen, it might take a little bit before you get out, before you're able to be free again. You can call in now, anybody who was going to call in. I wanted to get through that segment really quick to see what this person was going to say fully about the story. But yeah, this needs to be covered. This is an interview by the Bulwark, former Republican YouTube channel, now anti-Trump YouTube channel, never Trumper, Republican. But it's still a story that needs to be out there because most Americans don't know about this. Whoa. I saw Charlemagne talking.
from.
Hello.
What's up? How are you?
Not much. I'm good. How are you?
That's good. I just had a question I wanted to ask.
Yep.
Anti-ICE propaganda fund, right?
Yeah.
So, is it anti-ICE propaganda or is it anti-ICE propaganda?
I don't like ICE.
So it's propaganda against ICE and not
Yeah.
countering propaganda by ICE.
Yeah, it's against ICE.
Okay. I don't know how I feel then. Yeah, I would never say something to someone who, I mean, propaganda, like self-identified as propaganda, is kind of, it seems obscene. But I am on board with like ICE propaganda is out there saying, oh yeah, we're hiring. And it's like, yeah, that needles at me. I don't want to fucking work for ICE, bro. People fucking hate me enough as it is.
It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but the word propaganda can just mean convincing political messaging as well. But it's pretty tongue-in-cheek. It's really counter-messaging.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know propaganda
I
is technically misinforming people. But yeah, I mean, it's tongue-in-cheek. I don't think anybody cares about that stuff. I mean, I don't think people care about much anymore, to be honest. So I mean, I wish I can care about words like that, but people just, I don't know. Nothing matters anymore to people.
Yeah, I analyze it to provoke you, but no, yeah, I'm sorry that I firmly have my disagreements with you.
Okay.
I don't think it's pretty, but I'm also like, you know, it depends on your life experience to have your perspective on this. And nobody ever believes me when I talk about the shit that I've experienced. It's anecdotes, so it's like, oh, it doesn't count. And it's like, what do you mean it doesn't count? Fuck, I could talk shit about both sides. And I'd like to say bad shit about the right wing because I've had a lot of fucking stupid experiences with these assholes. And I'm like, well, I understand them. And I understand people on the left too. I just want to be angry about the shit that happens to me. And
I would
the
just
way
say,
I see it is,
well, I'll let you finish.
well, I grew up in a hood. And then when I got out of the hood, I was, you know, happy to be around white people. They kind of insult me a little bit. They're like, oh, are you gay? Oh, are you a fucking Mexican? It's like, nah, bro. But I see the way they treat you, and it's about a dominance hierarchy. It still is. I think the way they're reinforcing it now in the country is it's the epitome of what they call whiteness, right? Like they're going to have the systems and they're going to have the enforcement. They're going to have fucking agencies and agents and they do raids. And that's going to keep happening. Because there's no other tool that implements this great big fiasco that nobody wants to listen and agree. And then when we do, like, I feel like we're at least on par with being willing to discourse. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared shitless. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say to you, bro. It's kind of like we just have to keep talking until we find something we can fight about, and there's nothing else.
No, but the thing is, right now, I mean, believing the 2020 election was stolen alone and re-electing a person that denied a 2020 election is crossing a line to a collapsing democracy. That alone is something that, disagreeing on that, the people who think it's fake, they're delusional. There's no way we can even have a conversation about that.
Yeah, fake is a really strong delusion.
Stolen, fake ballots.
I would argue the devil's advocate.
There is no argument on the other side, though, other than we believe it is. There's no court case. There's no proof. There's nothing on Trump's side other than I say so, and I'm emotional.
Small scale, cheats that really are insignificant, but there are.
You can find like one person or two people.
That's a strong, you're miniaturizing it too much, but I don't.
No, I'm not. No, I understand this issue very intimately, bro. No, I'm in this issue very intimately. The vote fraud rate is smaller than the fraud rate for literally any system in the world. Most of it's done by Trump supporters. If we look at the overall
Yeah, I was gonna
accumulated
say.
data from 2020. It's people that are voting for their dead relatives because they think Trump's going to save America and they want to help him win. There's some people that vote by accident and it's illegal or it's not a legal ballot, but they'll find that if they ever do a recount. There's counties in Pennsylvania and Georgia where they recounted like 500 times and found no difference in the count, but they still believe it was stolen because Trump says so. That's what I mean when I say like that point alone in a democracy, if you can't trust the vote count based off of one person's words because it's a cult-like mentality, I don't know how we can have a conversation about much else if you believe based off nothing that 2020 was stolen.
One person's word is kind of like unlatching the gate. He opens the floodgates, but there are more than just that factor. I would say the Republicans, yeah, they get really angry and frustrated, and then they do all this sloppy bullshit and hijinks. Like, oh, we're going to steal the election too. And then they get caught and they get fucking reamed. Because
But they actually try to steal it. The Democrats did not ever do that.
I disagree, but it's
no,
a
but
delusion,
okay,
yeah.
why do you disagree?
I think that fundamentally there are forces in the world that are bigger than us that have a vested interest and they have
Well, I have
sophisticated
proof.
measures.
I have proof of Trump allies trying to tamper with voting machines in places like Arizona and Nevada, where Trump wanted them out of jail, but they definitely were trying to actually change the vote count directly. There's no proof of that on the Democratic
crazy
side. So we
bumbling
can,
fools, right?
no, but I'm just saying we can talk about like grand conspiracies and whatever else, but like we have proof that American elections are trusted, and if there's someone who says they're not trusted, I think they're a threat to America as a country. Because if you convince people voting doesn't work, then they do things like January 6th. There's a reason there was no riot at the Capitol for 2016 when Trump won, or 2024 when Trump won. There was no riot there trying to stop him from taking office. There was no big claim that there were votes manipulated at all. There's a reason why that. I mean, that's the first in 2020 and January 6th was the first time in American history. That was the first time in American history where the peaceful transfer of power was disrupted by a violent mob.
Yeah, kind of. That's historical. I know. It's not to be positive. Yeah, I'm being positive about it. It is a historical thing, and we didn't see that 2016 or 2024. There are other tools that they use to try and delegitimize the election. They don't need to go there physically. Understand? It's more sophisticated. They just use the media.
No, but it's more sophisticated because thank you so much, by the way. $10 from I'm sorry, I got donations. $10 from MW. Thank you so much.
Problem.
I think it's Australian. The gaslighting by Republicans and Fox is on crack compared to the stolen election narrative. Hating America, our ally, go down this path. Love your work, Drolla. Thank you. And Kevin, thank you so much for the gifted sub, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now, when we say like there's propaganda when it comes to or messaging or whatever from political parties that can say like, oh well, this person should win or that person should win. I'm talking about like numbers, literal ballots counted that they lie about. And like Trump was on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan said to Trump, if you watch Joe Rogan and Trump, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours. Joe Rogan said multiple times, hey dude, you say the election was stolen. You said that shit was stolen. Okay. Do you have any proof? And Trump did not answer that question once. And that's the one question Joe Rogan actually did ask a few times, because Joe Rogan doesn't have the stones big enough to actually talk about the Epstein file with Epstein's best friend in front of him. But yeah, Trump never had an answer for it.
You know, that's a whole designed thing that's been implemented for decades. And Trump is probably, almost certainly, completely guilty.
Well, the fact that Democrats are trying to release it and Republicans are all voting against it, other than like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they're threatening her for doing it.
It's a back and forth thing. When they're in power, they don't want to fucking do it, and then they're in power. Nobody's gonna stop that because it's literally.
They never tried when Democrats were in power. In my opinion, I don't think Democrats really thought Trump was super implicated, but now they realize he is because he's acting so scared. And now that they want to push for an actual release and not a fake one, Republicans are super scared because Trump was super involved in that world with Epstein. So like we have the Epstein stuff that Trump lied about. We have the election that he lied about. We have the tariffs that he currently lies about. He says other countries are being taxed. That's not true. We're paying for that shit. Our prices are going up for it. Our electricity prices are going up because of AI. Trump lied about the Ukraine war ending on day one, about Israel-Palestine ending on day one. You know, maybe this current peace deal will work. I doubt it, but I mean, Israel has never abided by a ceasefire or a peace deal, so maybe they will this time. I doubt it again, but I'll be happy if it does.
Zionists in the Republicans is, you know, it's a deadly poison. Yeah, can't get rid of it, but Republicans, you got to be risky with Republicans who are not like Zionists, because then you risk them being fucking anti-Semitic.
Here's the main point here that I was trying to get to with my videos, though. So like in America, I don't want to see unidentified federal agents taking down a 15-year-old girl with a knee on her neck for any reason, other than if she has I don't know, a nuclear warhead in her hand or some shit, or some crazy situation. That should never happen with no warrant, no cause for doing that whatsoever. These people are not vetted. We don't know who these agents are. There's no identifiable badge number that's out there. We've never had a secret police force in America until now, and people are accepting it a lot.
I disagree. Ooh, I disagree on that. But that's secret to police.
In modern America?
And,
in modern America, we did not have masked federal agents patrolling America. No, that never happened. Like a president telling,
symbolically, literally.
No, but a president telling, like, for example, the Texas National Guard to invade Chicago that's crazy.
It's historic. Yeah, it sucks being in fucking.
Well, historic is a good word for it, man. But I mean, it's not just historic. This is a authoritarian attempt we're having in America right now. It is historic, but
very on the nose with it. And you remember what we were saying about clumsy Trump supporters trying to hijack the election, right? And they get caught because they're foolish and they clumsily do this stuff. And Donald Trump is a liar, right? But he's a clumsy, easy to catch liar.
But he's a good manipulator.
This might delegitimize me.
Okay.
Yeah, this might, you might hate me for this, but I am actually kind of grateful, like in a way, a weird way, that people that clumsy try to steal the election and then get caught. That they demonstrate this foolishness and then maybe it's just illusion to see how, okay, obviously the other side is not cheating in the same way where they get caught. And damn, I didn't mean to double back on you like that. But okay. Donald Trump as a liar, and then ICE agents who are, doing clandestine shit with their identities covered. In a perfect world, you can rely on masked fucking police. You just assume, oh yeah, the government vetted them and they're protecting their identities, and it's all said and done. But I do understand the danger.
Yeah, if they're going after a cartel on the Mexican border that's currently trying to invade America, like some crazy infiltration operation that they need to hide their identities, not when they're walking through elementary schools and walking through parks in the middle of the rich part of Chicago. And any part of Chicago. We have a constitution. Like right now, you said something about white people. Are you not white?
Technically Caucasian in the very, very strict sense, like straight out of the fucking Middle East Caucasian.
Okay, well,
so,
I'm kind of ambiguous a little bit. So like, but I'm still white. But like, so like, if ICE, if they said right now that they feel you are harboring an illegal in your apartment building, or they believe that you are illegally in America, they could just say they believe you are. They're operating off of what they call reasonable suspicion, not probable cause or anything, but reasonable suspicion. So all they got to do is say, and I compare it to hiding a junior addict. I do. I really do. I compare it to that because they can make that accusation. Are you hiding him? And if they don't believe you, they can knock. They've blown up multiple American citizens' doors. And that is something that we need to not.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's my biggest fear on infringement of freedom. Because at that point, I talked to a Trump supporter
caught
before.
up in that by a lot of other things. I don't want to do whataboutism here, but okay. Everybody always says the Second Amendment. I don't want to talk about that one. I want to talk about like the Seventh Amendment. Okay, Americans have a right that protects them from cruel and unusual punishment.
Or searches. Yeah, searches. Punishments. Due process. Like a bunch of different things. Yeah.
But we kind of just wash our hands of it when it comes to prison rape. We don't really, it's a joke. And it's like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. The government isn't the one doing it. We just kind of, let's just leave that under the rug and we can pretend our rights are still intact. The Second Amendment is a whole can of worms. But if I was going to, play the devil's advocate here, this is what I'm always thinking about and I never get a chance to say it. So thank you. Thank you for hearing me out. It's like, yeah, the Second Amendment could not have been predicting all of the firepower we have today. But the First Amendment can't predict the monumental power of communication technology. And I think at this point, if we're being pragmatic, we should rationalize that the First Amendment is more dangerous to the way we keep this civilization working. I don't know if this is us making it work. Like, this is how it works. We have to just You don't
Well,
get to have
it's
conversations
influencing
with crazy
people. There's influence. There's things you can say. Like both Hitler and MLK used their voice as their biggest weapon. Like they used it to manipulate people, or to not manipulate, but like to urge them to work in a certain way, depending on the context. Like even religion, like Christianity was used to enslave people. Christianity was used by the KKK. They were a Christian nationalist organization. It was also used by people who were abolitionists. It was also used by the civil rights movement. Christianity was representing both of those things at the same time. But like, so yeah, we have that issue. But just to finish up this point really quick, and I appreciate the call. I'll probably take one more call before I get off here. But my point in the Second Amendment is someone told me essentially that if a federal agent comes to your door, and I was making the point where if they're unidentified, they can just say, hey, dude, I'm a federal agent. Open up your door. We need to take you in. It could be anybody with a van because they're in regular plain clothing. They have cars here, like regular cars. It could be anybody. And there have been people assaulting women and assaulting children and assaulting people in general, dressing up as ICE agents and just lying about who they are. And I said, well, if a random person knocks down your door, can you defend yourself with the Second Amendment? And it's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, but what if they say they're a federal agent and you don't know if they are or not? And you ask for a badge or a warrant and they don't give you one. He's like, well, then no. And I was saying that in that environment, and this was a huge Trump supporter, in that environment, dude, all you got to do is say you're a federal agent and now your Second Amendment's gone. Like functionally, your Second Amendment's gone. Because all of our rights and protections from government abuse, they tie together in a very particular way. They protect each other almost. The First and Second Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, Seventh Amendment, they all go together. Because without one, you could crush the other. And I feel like we're just willing to give those away way too quick. I'll give you the final word on this conversation. I appreciate the call, though.
Understood. I agree with your sentiment strongly. I will probably disappoint you one last time.
Okay.
I am very, very much on board with punishing Donald Trump for his involvement with the Epstein list. Whether it is or it isn't some grand conspiracy and plot and, manipulation, it doesn't matter because ultimately what it indicates is he is guilty there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably the most overwhelming evil thing I believe. But I believe that in spite of how much of a monster he clearly is, the people that are realizing that even the president of the United States doesn't have more power than this genocidal lobby of secret agents that have been controlling the government for like 60 years of this manipulation and shit, being able to finally put that in the spotlight and get past it, if it's at all possible, I would choose that, even if it meant letting Donald Trump die of old age with this.
Well, let me just say really quick about that, because I don't like focusing only on Israel or Zionism, because I do think, and people do use it for anti-Semitism a lot, but like, not saying that,
but it's pretty big.
I just like to include that it's not just Israel. Like Qatar has our president bought out, Saudi Arabia has our president bought out, UAE has our president bought out, Russia has our president bought out, China, they all have our president bought out right now. So I agree there's an overwhelming influence of Israel in American government in general, and also the Christian Zionism, the Christian evangelical strain that believes in the Old Testament, and they believe they need the Holy Land as well, working with the Jewish people, and they have all these end time fantasies. That's also a huge reason why Israel and America have such a close relationship here, other than the like real political and geopolitical strategic reasons. So like, I mean, you see Qatar having an air base installation on one of our air bases in Idaho, which like Trump called them a foreign funder of terrorism. And they want to have a Muslim ban in America, but they want to give our military bases, they want to give entry to Islamic states now that they before would call terrorist states. So like there's a whole and you think about Russia, Iran, China working together. You think about all these different countries. Our country is like a vessel that all these different I don't know how I use that word, but all these different like all these different influences are trying to control America, whether it's Putin or Netanyahu. That's what you see with the Nobel Peace Prize. It's like Putin's like, Trump should have won. He's so amazing. Trump should have won. It's a disgrace he didn't win because he has to kiss his ass. Like whoever kisses Trump's ass more, he's gonna do things for them.
And then he really believes that he's a negotiation expert, because there's a lot of that. It's possible that it's not really going to work out. It does seem like, yeah, it's not the whole world, but America is a pretty easy target to especially given the context of all of our chaos. It is more complicated than we want.
Well, Russia wants a race war in America. Russian bots. Well, they all they all want to cause a race war in America.
The Russian bots thing is like, it could be legit, but it's also
real.
a lot
It's
of
all real.
disparaging shit.
There's not just Russian bots. There's Indian bots. There's Chinese bots. There's all a bunch of bots. But they do want race war in America. Yeah. Russian tied.
Reddit is an astroturf.
I mean, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, and Tucker Carlson are tied to Russia. They all try to call for a race war whenever there's a killing of someone by a black person or whatever in America. So like, it's just, yeah, they're all trying to make us fight each other. That's the bottom line. All the powerful interests, whether it's the wealthy, whether it's whatever it is, they're trying to make us fight each other. But hey, man, appreciate the call.
Yeah, but thank you, man. Have a great night.
Appreciate you too. See you. Ugh. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. 50 minutes on my stream so far. Thank you for $5, Sri, on Venmo. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sri. Thank you so much. 30 of $500. Not much of a propaganda fund. Shit, you're right. Holy shit, Craig. Craig, help me out, Craig. Craig, please, you got money. Please, I see you. I see you. You're beautiful. I'll take one more call for tonight, guys. Then I'll go to bed. Alright? Actually, I'm going to be playing video games, but, you know. Thank you for watching.
Yo.
Hey, this is the political show. What's up?
Jola?
Yeah.
What up, man?
Not much, are you?
Good. You still streaming, or did you get off?
We're live. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Cool, man. Well, I disagree with stuff you say, man.
What did you just? Yeah, what was it?
I'm gonna try to be calm because last time you hung up on me, and I'm banned from your chat, so I can't type anything because last time I said something, I don't know what I said, but you banned. I don't know if you did, but your moderators banned me, silenced me, which is fascism, you know.
Oh my god. Oh my god, maybe because you're whining about fascism. Fascism, dude. From when I get banned from YouTube chat, it's fascism.
No, I mean, I'm not one to cry and complain, but I just thought it was funny, you know.
It's the mods. Take it up with the mods. I don't control them. They control me.
I know I should, right? The mods. It's the mods, dude. No, but I don't know, man. I disagree. I logged off and I got off of everything, and I haven't watched in like 10 minutes, so I don't really know where y'all are at, but it's just, I don't know, man. I think it's funny the way you do things, man.
Me too. It's funny.
It is funny, dude, because you'll like say something and completely misrepresent something. And then you're
okay,
like,
what did I misrepresent? What did I misrepresent?
Man, dude, I don't know. You did it like 5 minutes ago. Like I said, I got off.
5 minutes. You got it. 5 minutes. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
No, I tried to call in, and it's like, oh, nobody's.
Yeah, because I was on the phone. If you're on the phone, you go to voicemail.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to voicemail because I was on the phone. So tell me, what did I do? What did I mischaracterize?
Yeah, I get that. But, dude, there's like, you'll be talking to somebody, and they're like, oh, I disagree with this. Oh, something like about the immigration thing, man. And you're like, yeah, something. And then you'll glaze over a bunch of stuff, dude. And like completely misrepresent
Okay,
something.
give an example. Then, you said misrepresent like 10 times.
Dude.
Give an example. Yeah.
No, dude, you'll do it like 5 times, man. And you'll like
do what?
misrepresent
I don't know what you're talking about.
Completely.
You don't have anything.
Yeah, last time I called in, man. For real though, last time I called in, I talked about Bill Clinton letting China in to the World Trade Organization. And the minute I said that, dude, you hung up on me, and that was it, bro.
I'm a big Bill
I talked
Clinton
about
guy.
Bill Clinton letting in China into the World Trade Organization, dude, and then Trump started putting tariffs on him, and you hung up on me, dude, and I was banned from your fucking channel, bro.
Yeah, I
Couldn't
banned
say
you.
nothing
I
on
banned you
there.
from my channel and hung up on you because you brought up how Bill Clinton let China into the. Okay, yes, that's what. Yeah, that's my main
Into
topic
the
actually.
World
Yeah.
Trade Organization, because nobody
Yeah, I talk
talks
about that all the time.
And
I
so,
talk
like,
about that
when
all
you
the
talk
time.
to somebody who's informed,
I get so
about
mad
things,
about Bill Clinton letting China
you
in.
do, bro. You do.
That's
Like,
the main thing I talk
you
about.
don't get mad about Bill Clinton. You get mad about people exposing Bill Clinton. Is what
I don't.
You get
I
mad about.
actually never talk about Bill Clinton. I don't
No
think I
shit.
ever talk about
I know
Bill
you
Clinton.
don't. You only talk about Trump,
Yeah, I don't.
dude. You only talk about Trump, bro.
Well, the show's
You ain't
titled
talking
"Debating
about
Trump Supporters."
nobody except Trump.
Do you have an actual
Right.
point to make?
Yeah, I got a point to make, dude. Okay, so let's start from scratch, right? Okay, since I don't remember what y'all were talking about.
Okay, here's my
5
claim.
minutes
Here's my
ago.
claim. I have a claim. Okay,
Here's
so
my claim, dude.
in my opinion,
here's my point.
Okay,
You said
okay.
let's talk about something. All right, let's talk about something. Let's talk about globalism. All right, let's talk about globalism versus nationalism. Let's talk about that. Not white nationalism. All right, I'm just talking about nationalism versus globalism. Let's talk about that. Go ahead, Joe. Let's talk about that.
I think it's cool that I can play Nintendo games.
Let's talk about globalism, global policy, right?
I like playing Nintendo
Versus nationalism.
and PlayStation. I like video games, and they come from Japan.
Yeah, because globalism and nationalism is about video games.
Yeah, because we get to use their video games, they get to use ours.
Dude, I like playing video games.
I do.
Yeah, dude,
I
you
do.
Oh, that's globalism in a nutshell, dude. You want to hear
It is.
somebody try to cover
Okay,
up
explain
what's
globalism.
going on? Listen
Explain.
to somebody tell you
I
about
don't know.
globalism being
I'm too
video
dumb. Tell me what
games,
globalism
Jola.
is. I'm too dumb.
Dude,
Tell me
you're a
what
clown, bro.
globalism is.
Globalism
Yeah, tell me what it is. I'm too stupid.
selling out your country in order for the global standard to be okay. All
Wait,
right.
the global
Let's tell you
standard to be
about
okay?
globalism. Yeah, yeah.
Who is the global standard and why is he
listen to
not
this,
okay?
All right. This is what globalism is. All right. When Obama was in office, remember when he gave that speech, and he was like, "Oh, we don't want people in Africa having air conditioners. We need to take away air conditioners, right?
What?
In order for everybody to be on the same level." You know what I'm
What?
saying?
When did Obama say this?
Industrialization of the Western nations in order for everybody to be equal. You remember that? No, you don't remember that, dude. You're just a little dude. You don't remember that, bro. You ain't been looking at this for 30 years. Remember when there was people that were calling COVID out 30 years in advance and nobody took notice?
30 years.
Right?
Okay.
30 years in advance.
I'm sorry. Your
dude, I
truth.
can give you a documentary
Your
made
truth.
right
Your truth
now,
blew up
bro.
my. Your truth is ending me. I'm sorry. I lost this debate. God bless you.
I know.
I gotta block him, dude. I'm Joel. I like playing video games. Yeah, good band. Good band mods. Hey, this is the politics. All right, well, no more calls for tonight, guys. Charlemagne the God blast top dem over shutdown performative. Okay, so Charlemagne, he called what's his name, Hakeem Jeffries, Apex Shakur. Funny name. It is kind of funny. Jeffries and Schumer have done better in the past few weeks. I usually talk really bad about them, but they've played up to like a very basic standard. which is not great, but like they're doing better over the past 2 weeks with confronting Trump. But let's see what Charlemagne says, dude.
Now to this. It's day 11 of the government shutdown. Let's check in on Capitol Hill to see how things are going.
By the way, Fox News brings on Charlemagne to use him as, hey, look at this like center-left black guy that'll hate Democrats on Fox News for us. Stephen A. Smith as well, they bring him on to talk bad about Democrats. Now, sometimes Charlemagne and Stephen A. will pivot back and attack Trump a little bit, but when they clip it out, they're going to use all the parts that they talk bad about the left. So they're going to be able to weaponize them. Like, hey, look, even these black celebrities agree with hating Democrats.
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's not my boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to shut?
He's not his boss, Hakeem, all right? He's their daddy. He's their daddy.
The government down. No, it's sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself
You could
right
sign
now.
on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment
chasing
here is you
clout. You're not going to talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over me
non-New York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why
Go
don't you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Not going well for Hakeem Jeffries, and it didn't
I'm sorry, but in that conversation, it was equally soy on both sides. I'm not going to lie. But, like, Lawler does not look good. He does not look good rambling like an incoherent dumbass in those clips.
get much
Not
better
letting
for
Hakeem
him.
talk.
I mean, I'm listening to him tell this guy that he's looking for a moment, but Hakeem is being just as performative. Somebody was recording that for him because he wanted to put on a show as well. And I'm not impressed by Hakeem Jeffries telling somebody they got a boss. Chuck Schumer's Hakeem Jeffries' boss.
All of politics is performative, first off. Second, the guy came to Hakeem Jeffries' office. So, like, of course, there's gonna be cameras on it. It went, okay. Dumb points.
The real estate
but
lobbyist
whatever.
in New York City, Hakeem's boss.
Remember, I'm a
The
Hakeem
finance
Jeffries
lobbyist
hater.
in New York
I'm a
City is
hater.
boss.
Here to discuss that congressman in that exchange with Hakeem Jeffries.
Like, look at this guy, bro. You think this guy?
You know him, New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler. Congressman Lawler, I watched you holding Hakeem Jeffries accountable, and it appears in the process he lost Charlemagne.
No question.
He
And
lost
he lost
Charlemagne.
control. I mean,
Charlemagne has
he
not
was
liked.
stuttering, he was stammering, he was yelling, he was
Oh, God, dude. Okay, this is not Charlemagne's fault, okay? It's not his fault. He talks really bad about Trump. They clipped him out. They clipped him.
angry, and he wasn't answering any questions. And I was making a very simple point. Look, we voted to pass a clean CR to keep the government funded and open. It's a position he held 13 times under Joe Biden. And I'm co-sponsor of a bill to extend the ACA tax credits by a year to make sure that Americans don't see a health care premium spike. Sign on to the bill. And he wouldn't do it because this really isn't about either of those things. This is about Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer being petrified of their far-left base, AOC, Zohran Mamdani, and primary.
Kate, you don't understand. You don't, Kate in chat. You got to understand that it's not supposed to mean they look good or bad, all right? When I say, I mean, look at this guy. It's supposed to just be funny, okay? It's not. I'm not saying they look good or bad. I'm just saying this person's stupid, and I'm trying to be like, look at this dude. It's not literally like they look. He looks like a, because you said he looks like a guy? Question mark.
Challenges from the left, and so they're trying to show them that they're fighting.
Look at this guy. My favorite place for unbiased news, the president's stepdaughter on Fox News. Hell yeah.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great Saturday night, and welcome back to My View. Every day
I mean, come on, bro.
this shutdown drags
bro.
on. It costs U.S. taxpayers and the American economy millions of dollars. Federal workers and their families are left in limbo, uncertain when they'll get back to work. And even our men and women in
Remember, the Trump admin came in saying, we want to terrorize federal workers to make sure they don't want to come back to government. Okay, so when she says, oh, federal workers are in trouble, they literally are doing that on purpose already. They've been doing it before the shutdown. They are lying. They hate federal workers.
uniform
They made
face
that very
questions
clear.
about their next
Russell
paycheck.
Vogt,
It's wasteful, it's
budget
unnecessary,
manager
and it's all
guy.
happening
Project
because
2025.
Democrats refuse to pass a clean funding bill without extending enhanced Obamacare subsidies. And contrary to Democrats' claims, President Trump has said he'd like to make a deal on great health care for Americans once the government reopens. But while the fiscal tab and human toll climb each day the government remains closed, Democrats are escalating attacks on the Trump administration's global tariffs, the one policy that's actually bringing money in.
Oh my God, bringing money in. Again, Americans pay the tariff. If you believe other countries pay the tariff, then you are, bro, please get help. Holy shit.
Since those tariffs took effect
I love
in
you.
April,
I
hundreds
love
of
you, but you
billions
need
of
help.
dollars have flowed
We
into
pay
federal
those tariffs.
coffers
We.
from foreign nations finally paying for access to
A tariff is like a penalty for buying. If you want to use tariffs to protect your local economy, which there's arguments on how to do it, how not to do it, does it work, does it not work. But let's say Trump wants to emphasize American-made products. The tariff is a penalty for you, okay? A tariff is a penalty or a tax. It's a tax penalty for if you want to buy products from a different country and import them to America. So if you buy from Canada, a tariff would be a penalty you pay to the American government if you don't buy American, under their logic, under the Trump logic.
To our markets. The president says the long-run haul could reach into the trillions. That's right, trillions with a T.
And if you don't want to pay the
Democrats
penalty,
shut down
you buy
the
American.
government,
That's
costing
the
us
logic.
millions per day, while criticizing the only policy that's paying for itself.
This is kind of weird to me because tariffs are not popular at all. Like, tariffs are not popular. Paying for themselves? Yeah, we're paying for it. Like, we're all
Putting
paying
America
higher
first.
taxes.
One side spins and stalls, while the other delivers results that strengthen the economy and could soon put real money
Our economy's
back
crashing
in
right now,
Americans'
isn't it?
pockets.
Isn't
the
the crypto market
administration's
dying?
trade agenda is producing measurable
Wait,
gains.
is this the whole
with
clip?
meaningful
Just a 151 propaganda piece? I thought this was a full video. A 151. They don't even have anything to say
deals
about
already
it. And they got to bring up tariffs? This is weak propaganda, dude. This is weak propaganda. What's going on with this propaganda? AI generated shutdown picture. Fox News. Really cool. Awesome. Like, I thought this was going to be a longer... I thought this was a longer thing. Okay, well. Wow, look at that guy, dude. Katie Porter. Okay, guys, I hit my hour. I hit my hour, guys. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for watching again. I will go longer than an hour eventually once I'm done doing Amazon all the time. I did some deliveries tonight, so I'm a little bit tired. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Bro, I just got here. I'm sorry, dude. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm pretty confident I'll be on tomorrow. I'm 90% sure I'll be on tomorrow. So thank you. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Join our Discord. Join our Discord, guys. Join our Discord. Here's the Discord. I can't do it, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to seem mean, but like it's easier to stay motivated when you have like 300 viewers, obviously. But we've been hanging around 100-ish. So I'm trying to be more consistent with doing more nights, but it's hard to go 3 or 4 or 5 hours. And politics is really depressing right now too. The conversations are looping more than ever before. Like they're looping conversations. It's really painful. Looping conversations. It was a good stream. Was it good? Okay. I feel like doing a half hour or like a half hour of video reactions and a half hour of phone calls makes sense for my setup for a short stream. For a short stream, guys. But really appreciate it. Join Discord. Join Discord, guys. Join Discord. We will be on longer eventually. America is moving in a depression. Yeah, things are collapsing. A little bit. You must be Antifa. Antifa? Who is she? What? What? YouTube also changed how the live streams work, so I have to figure that out because I feel like it's doing something. But I don't know what. Don't know what. Alright guys, have a blessed night. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, join Discord. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. You haven't even timed someone out yet?